Boom shakalaka, this extreme Bitcoin and altcoin signal just flashed. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including a very extreme signal that just flashed for Bitcoin and for altcoins. You definitely want to stay tuned for that. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, join us on Twitter at Crypto Love, subscribe to the channel. Now, today, fear and greed, 74, same as we were yesterday, last week, last month, sideways. Boring, right? The overall market down 1% today. Bitcoin at 66,267, Ethereum at 35.37, BNB at 607, Solana 144, XRP 48 cents, Dogecoin 13 cents, Toncoin 809, and Cardano 41 cents. And Bitcoin sitting at critical levels. Broke through one support line, now sitting not only just bouncing off of another support line, also on the 50 and 100-day moving average, actually getting squeezed between that and the 21-day EMA, which if you can buy Bitcoin below that is always a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin in a bull run. So we will see if this support structure for Bitcoin will hold. And this is actually not the body candle, but the wick bottom right there going all the way up, due for a breakout by the beginning of July. So, where will things go? Well, first off, things are kind of taking a turn down because miners are selling right now because of the halving. As Bitcoin gets more expensive to mine, the non-profitable mining operations shut down. They sell their Bitcoin. That causes price to tumble. So don't get mistaken as to what's happening. We're experiencing rare miner capitulation, but oftentimes this happens after or right before serious price pumps. Also, right now, Q3, one of the worst quarters for Bitcoin. If we see either on average or median, it is by far the worst for Bitcoin of all 4 quarters. But you know what comes after Q3? Q4, which historically is the best quarter for Bitcoin. So if we can just make it through this one till September, October, November, December, those tend to be nice months for Bitcoin. Echoed in this chart right here, last summer's consolidation visualized this summer. Not saying it's going to repeat, but serves as a reminder it was possible the patience that might be needed. That's right, sell in May and then go away and come back after the summer. September would be, if things pump in September, that would be identical to last cycle when they pumped in October because the halving was a month earlier. If that happens, we should all just smack ourselves across the face and be like, why are we getting all bent out of shape? However, this fractal, or this bar pattern, is suggesting we might take off sooner than later. The gold ETF fractal, which Bitcoin has followed almost perfectly since the creation of the Bitcoin ETF, is saying, hey, you know what? It's time for price to go up to roughly $100,000 territory. And just to give you a full picture for all of the bears out there who's saying, you know what? $70,000 is the highest it's ever going to go. We had a double or a triple top. It's just not going higher, period. Time to go down, and that's it. Bitcoin is a thing of the past. Well, if we take a look here, the full picture of Bitcoin whale population, historically, whales start selling into the price rally, which happened here and which happened here, and every time over and over again. Whales have yet to really start selling, suggesting we have yet to see even a glimpse of a rally to come. As a matter of fact, this chart right here, historically, before the rally really starts or concludes, Bitcoin already breaks the previous Bollinger Band's top line. Right now, that's sitting at $111,000. So Bitcoin hasn't even gotten to that territory yet. Now it's just the patient sideways action before something of interest actually happens. However, we are getting signals that haven't happened in years. The last time this happened was 12 years ago. Bitcoin last had a 5-day compression this tight on the log Bollinger Bands 12 years ago, back when Bitcoin was $5 before it went up to $1,000 some dollars. Could you imagine a 200x for Bitcoin? I know Michael Saylor is betting on an $8 million Bitcoin, and it may happen sooner than some people are expecting. As a matter of fact, it looks like we might have a blow-off top this time. Last cycle was kind of disappointing because of all the paper trading, derivatives, wick-off manipulation, whatever you want to call it. But historically, when Bitcoin breaks this line in the 4-week Chaikin money flow, that has signaled a blow-off top in every single cycle. Did not get there last cycle. Well, guess what? We just broke through that, suggesting we are likely to have a blow-off top, meaning prices are going to get pretty funny pretty fast. Now that's for Bitcoin, but altcoins also signaling that alt season has already started. If we take a look at the SRI indicator on monthly candles, last time it changed from red to green, alt season began within a couple months. We'll take a look at this. Change from red to green within a couple months, could be headed towards a serious alt season. That's backed up by this chart right here. We have the 2-week Gaussian channel changing from red to green, also breaking out of accumulation, finding support on top of there. All of these echoing what happened before the last alt season. Again, just warning, patience, that you don't want to sell everything now, hoping to buy back lower, because while we may see lower, there's also the possibility we may not. Right now, if we take a look at the 2-month parabolic SAR, just underneath these dots right here, historically, when it breaks above those dots, which could happen as soon as next month maybe, that's when alt season occurs. And just a reminder for expanding cycles theory, in times like this, you should never forget the macro view. Altcoins copy 2016, 2017. It just takes longer, so the corrections take longer too. You can see one cycle right here, much larger cycle right here. The corrections are taking longer, but most likely, when things take off, they're going to take off a lot bigger. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe. Also, YouTube thinks you should check out that video way over there, and I tend to agree. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.